Hey everyone, this is Mr. Michelson. I am not here today, and so we are going to really just have more time to keep working on our 2030 projects. You've been working really hard, I know, and I know that presentation day seems like a long way away, but we're going to use every single minute that we have here to make sure that we're making progress towards that, and there's a lot of stuff that we still have to do. So again, our essential questions for the unit are: what are the biggest problems faced by people around the world today, and how can I help solve these problems? Today, hopefully you got a chance to look at the website, the advocacy website that we came up with. And maybe you've already kind of learned this. I already understand the difference between invent, innovate, and campaign. I'll show you that website in a second, but on it, you saw that some people were coming up with inventions. Some people were taking things that maybe already existed and sort of changing them. You see that on this little graphic here. And some people were just really, their advocacy was to campaign, to get the message out, to spread the message, maybe to support another organization that already exists in order to help get to these goals for 2030. So we'll talk about what to do with work time in a second. But again, that advocacy piece is on this website. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you'll have some time today. Please use earbuds if you are going to be looking at this or any of the videos. Oops. I think this video on the homepage is really good. It gave you sort of some ideas of what each of those terms meant: invent, innovate, and campaign, and some good examples there. And perhaps you saw some of the other things on this site. When you looked at inventions, a lot of really cool inventions that we have as examples here. Bringing stable power to remote villages. This kid came up with an idea to outsmart lions, making plastic bags from banana skins. That's kind of a cool invention. And this guy's got a great invention that might just work to help stop plastic pollution. So check out some of those. Innovating is a little different. I really wish we had something like this in Edina, the speed camera lottery. So taking something that sort of already exists, but changing it in a way that's going to help support your goal. The piano stairs is interesting. I thought this was really cool too. Clean, sanitizing door handles. We all use door handles all the time. They use them especially in hospitals, and they found a pretty cool way to help improve infections in hospitals. So some innovations there. I think you get the sense of what innovate means when you look at some of what people have done. And campaign, you may have seen a few of these videos. This one's all about Iqbal. If you don't know who Iqbal is, watch that video. It's very interesting. There's some students who were really inspired by Iqbal, and they started campaigning on his behalf. These girls from Bali are dealing with plastic bag pollution, and they had some great ideas in this TED Talk. And this kid in his red wagon helping homeless children. So feel free to check those out. Please do. I want you to have a good sense and really get inspired for your own project by some people who have already done some of this work. So that's really all I wanted to say. If you are not done researching, that's what you should be focused on. I think a lot of you are learning a lot about the topics you've chosen to focus on. Feel free to keep digging into some of that research. Or if you feel like you're ready to move on, if you feel like you know enough about your topic and you've sort of answered all the questions you had as you were brainstorming before research, feel free to move on to that advocacy website if you need to explore that. And I know a lot of people have already started their pitch plans. Making sure you've done that first, but then you want to also pitch your plan to some other groups. We'll take a look at that in a second. Make sure that you're giving feedback to other people if they're ready to pitch their plan, and then start thinking about some of the next steps. So the pitch plan was on day 5 and day 4. You can check out that link and make a copy of it. We've got a template that you can feel free to use. This is sort of an outline of what your brief 60-second pitch plan is going to be. And there's a link here to that pitch feedback form that's also on the unit document. But after you've pitched your plan, you will get feedback, and you'll have to fill out some of these answers to these questions here. What was well received? What do we still need to work on? What are some of your next steps? And the feedback form, you can have people just complete this digitally perhaps and share it with you. This is sort of the feedback we're looking for you to get as you pitch your plan in about 60 seconds. What do people think are the most interesting part of the pitches? What questions do you have about this person's project? And what kind of suggestions might you have for the group that you're listening to? So that's all there. Again, that's on your youth guide. And also remember, on day 5 here, we want you to reflect at the end of the day. So about 5 minutes before we're out of class, we'd like you to just do that little reflection piece. That's about it. Get to work.